Alright guys, in this video I'll show you how you can implement exponential backoff on your failed HTTP requests. So for example, if you have a flaky environment, it will keep retrying a couple of times, like for example 3 times, with a slightly longer, exponentially longer delay every time. So let's see how we can implement this. So first we're gonna have this to-do app and have it do basically an HTTP request that's gonna fail. So this is the wrong URL. That's gonna cause a 404 response, and we can go to the app here and we will see that we're getting an error here. All right, so now we want to implement exponential retry on this thing. So basically, because we have this monoweb architecture, we're gonna go into our data access layer. And by the way, if you want to learn how to set up your scalable domain-driven architecture in your Angular app, you should sign up for at least the free workshop for Angular Architect Accelerator. I'll post the link in the description of the video. So we will go here and we will create a new folder called exponential backoff retry.ts, and basically it's a folder, so it'll just be the folder name, and that will have the files with that particular name .ts. And because we are good citizens, we will also create the test file and write a test after. So we have the implementation, we have the test here. So first of all, we will start by setting some variables. So this is a retry count. We want to retry 3 times, and the retry time starts with 500 milliseconds, but that's gonna exponentially increase every time we retry. So it's gonna take slightly longer time. Then we're gonna implement the exponential backoff and retry. So basically, the signature of the implementation is gonna look like this. It's gonna be a custom RxJS operator. So we can just pipe it after the HTTP request with the HTTP client. So we will have it return pipe RxJS, and basically the signature here can be like any observable. So like that, and we're gonna import this, and then so the key operator we're gonna use here is the retry when operator, and that's gonna have some attempts, which is basically just gonna be the errors we're gonna get from this. And basically, so let me show you how to implement it. Basically, it's gonna take this zip operator, and it's gonna take a range, which basically will emit like a range from 1 to the retry count, which in this default case would be up to 4, and attempts, which is we renamed it to errors. Got the merge map. So this will like zip it together, but means like for every emission, like when the first one comes, it will come with the errors, and they will come in pairs. So we got the counter here. The counter is gonna increase every time, and we got the error. And then if that increases the amount of retries, we want to actually throw the error, so the error is actually showing up in the app. There's the op operator, which comes from RxJS as well. And you got the map, which is operators, and we got the timer in that. So basically, that's how it's implemented, and then you're going to see that we are multiplying these two together. So first it's going to be like 1 times 1, and then it's going to be 2 2, and so on, and then 3 times 3. So it's gonna be like 1, 4, 9 times the delay. So that's how we exponentially gonna increase the delay every time. And let me see, errors goes there, and see, so we got the arrows coming here. And then basically we just need to return this, and we should be all good. And we can actually just try it in action right now. So we have, so this is now showing 1 time, this failed HTTP request, and now we can pipe it here. And we already got some default values, so we don't really need to change anything here. We can just run like that. And yeah, I need to export this. So we will create, that's a tool you can use for just basically generating the barrel file, and that will then export this here. And then I got the index file here, so I can export this, and then basically like that. Now it's exported, and now I should be able to import it in the valid way. And now we can see how that will work. So we see now it retries 1, 2, 3 with a slightly longer delay every time. We can see, if we search for round, we can see the flame chart, how that is now increasing in delay every time. We see it like from the first time here. We see it the next timestamp, 1.24 seconds, and then at 3. So yeah, it's increasing with the kind of multiplier I explained here. And for being good citizens, let's write a test that also proves this is working. So basically, we'll set up the test like that, and we will write a test case. It looks like this. Here we will need to do a fake async, because there'll be some waits with the delays for each retry. And in this, there will be, basically we implement like our own call count that's going to be called every time we have a retry. And then basically we're gonna have this from the XJS and from operators and XJS, and then of course we're gonna have the function under test, which is the custom operator. And just for being explicit here, I'm providing these values. And then basically there's gonna be, we're gonna rate for the retries. So basically these values here. And yeah, basically then, because asserting that this is, this is passing, and basically we're calling, we're getting the amount of retries we expected. And because I'm using jest for this kind of test, I can just use this this VS Code plugin for running jest directly from VS Code like that. And let's see how it goes. So it fails, and we can use import outside of a module. So I usually use jest for my unit tests, but in this case, this library is actually set up with Gamma, so we'll just run the test with Gamma, and we just apply the test name and basically run the test, and we see that the exponential backoff retry is passing. And if I change this, we should see it be red. So we have a proof that the test actually working. All right, great. So that was it. And thank you for watching. If you want to accelerate your career in Angular in the fastest way possible and become an in-demand Angular developer, sign up for the free workshop at christianludemann.com/accelerator. And we're soon starting the next cohort, so stay tuned for that. See you next time.
If you like this video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe for more videos like this. And if you want to accelerate your Angular career in the fastest way possible, head over to christianludemann.com/accelerator and get started with the free workshop. See you next time.